is good, YouTube? Quinn Wade Basketball Analysis coming to you with a quick video. I wanted to let you guys know I got some new merchandise available, not just t-shirt anymore. I got different type of t-shirt, different type of shirts and logos that you can purchase on my spread shirt, and also hoodies now. We have expanded and added more to the channel and more merchandise for the brand. Thanks for supporting. It will be in the description and the links will be in the comment section below. Thanks for helping me and supporting the movement. Quinn Wade Basketball Analysis. I'm going. What is good, YouTube? Quinn Wade Basketball Analysis coming to you on a quick video. Obviously, you guys know I did a Donovan Mitchell. Can he carry the Utah Jazz to an NBA championship as the franchise guy, as their lead scorer and ball handler and playmaker? And it seemed like you guys like that video, but it's news that Rudy Gobert and Donovan Mitchell haven't been able to squash their beef since the coronavirus. And stuff like this happens all the time where players don't see eye to eye, or they say something that offends them, or something is done that offends them, and most of the time the team end up getting blew up or somebody get traded. This is a Utah team that has been disappointing this year. A lot of us thought that they would be a legitimate contender in the Western Conference this season, and obviously that's just not the case because they just became a good team this year, but they haven't been able to consistently beat the great teams and the championship teams that they will need to do to win the title and get out of the Western Conference. Mike Conley didn't fit as well as we thought. He started to fit in a little bit better the last month of the season, started getting his jump shot to go. His efficiency went up, but the team was going downhill after that. Rudy Gobert was Defensive Player of the Year to me for this season, and his defense started to go down. I still have him as Defensive Player of the Year, but he has fell a little short for where his standard has been on the defensive end and the offensive end. It seemed like he wasn't as engaged, he wasn't as locked in, and he didn't take his job as serious. You can kind of see that something wasn't going right, something really was happening mentally for him, because usually he's locked in, he's ready to go, and he's ready to anchor that paint, and it seemed like he kind of gave up a little bit on his teammates. He's obviously on his contract extension, so he's a guy that has already been paid, just became two-time Defensive Player of the Year, obviously became an all-star for the first time this season, getting more points, getting more rebounds, showing a real overall impact on the game, and really becoming a better version, an enhanced version of himself, which is very impressive at the end of the day. And then you got Donovan Mitchell, a guy that really didn't feel what Gobert was doing. Gobert obviously took the coronavirus as a joke. This is a disease that could kill you, or a virus that can kill you. So it's not something you should play around about or joke. Obviously, we don't know if Rudy Gobert spreaded it or they spreaded it to him, so I can't put the full blame on Gobert because we really don't know. But he was a guy that caught it, and he was a guy that also Donovan Mitchell has tested positive for it, and they both have been symptom-free since, but they haven't seen eye to eye. But you got to look at this at a big picture. Is it really worth blowing up this team just because it is? Well, people, they feel a way about you. So just because they can squash it, Donovan Mitchell not going to look at Rudy Gobert the same. The locker room won't be the same because of this incident, and it's just reality. If you have two guys that really don't see eye to eye or really don't like each other most of the time, they feel that way about that person. That doesn't change that much, and that's how they're going to feel about them. They might can go out there and be professionals and do their job and play basketball and try to win games, but at the end of the day, this is what we call a locker room cancer. Just because at the end of the day, you look at this team, and if they can't get on the same page, if they can't see eye to eye, they're not going to play their best brand of basketball. They're not going to play the best version of themselves. If I had to pick one between Gobert and Donovan Mitchell, I would personally pick Gobert. It's harder to find a guy that can really take a role of being an impact defender. If, like I said, this is true, then Rudy Gobert to me will be a three-time Defensive Player of the Year in a row, which you cannot just go out and find. You have guys that's been a candidate this year for Defensive Player of the Year. Giannis, you're not going to find too many Giannis's. Brook Lopez isn't the defender that Rudy Gobert is. Neither is Anthony Davis. He has found a niche, found a role, and mastered it and accepted it, and he has been the best anchor defensive player probably for the last 5 years outside of Kawhi Leonard and Draymond Green, which they all have different roles because they're more switchable than Gobert because they're perimeter players that are faster and quicker because of their size, and Gobert is a legitimate 7 footer. So when you look at it from that perspective, I'd rather keep Gobert than Donovan Mitchell. You can find a 20-point scorer in this league. The hardest part about the Donovan Mitchell thing is that at the end of the day, he still is on his rookie contract. So that contract will be a lot more tougher to trade because it's hard to find equal value or a guy that can really replace him for the salary that he currently is at, because this is a guy that's a 24, 4 and 4 guy, shooting decent from the field, respectable from three, can really take over a game, can close games if need be. But at the same time, he's only 23 and will be 24 next year. And that's a great start to his career, having 3 20-point seasons. And even though Quinn Snyder deserves a lot of credit for that, finding ways to put him in good positions, trusting him to handle the ball and make decisions and running the offense when necessary or injuries catch up or they need somebody to take over. He trusts and allow Donovan Mitchell to play his game and do his thing. And a lot of the time it's handling the ball at the top of the key in isolation or getting downhill from a screen or just off the dribble. So at the end of the day, I'd rather get rid of Donovan Mitchell, not just because he's a 20-point scorer, but it's easier to find somebody that can get 20 points per game. Like Donovan Mitchell, it's harder to find somebody that can be Defensive Player of the Year. So that's just my personal opinion at the end of the day. But if they blow up, I wouldn't be surprised. This team isn't the championship team that we thought they would be. It's harder to talk it out when you feel some way about somebody. You're not ever going to think of them the same. You're never going to look at them the same way. And it happens. And it happens. We've seen even with KD goes on TV and say, whatever Draymond Green said about him, he didn't like it. It was a part to play of why he left Golden State. So when things are said and things are done, you take it to the heart and you're not going to really feel or think the same way about that person. And most of the time, you're not going to run the relationship with the person, even if it's on a professional level. Eventually, they have to move away from each other. But like I said, it's harder at this point because Donovan Mitchell is on that rookie contract, and you're not going to find equal value for him at this point of his career. And Gobert is going to be hard to find somebody that can really be the defensive anchor that Gobert is. He's not just another center in the league. He is an elite level defender, and that's why he has a chance to win 3 straight. But other than that, I really want to see what they go in this direction now that they have this beef, now that they know how they feel about each other. Will they be able to air it out? Will they be able to talk it out? Or will this end up just like we've seen majority of these situations happen? They just go their separate ways. But at the end of the day, this is a problem that you don't want to have. This is a problem you try to avoid. This is a problem that you try to fix. But if it's not fixable, I don't think it's going to kill the Jazz, just because at the same time, I didn't feel like they was a legitimate contender all season for the most part. So them having to find some replacements and some trades to get rid of either one or the other, maybe for the better. Maybe they can go in a different direction. Maybe they can change their style of play. Maybe they can try a different, invention of how to reinvent themselves without one or the other. But at the end of the day, something petty like this is something that an organization don't want to see. You don't want to see your two best players want to be separated, not liking each other, not being on the same page, and really not wanting to play with each other anymore because this is your franchise. This is what you want to build, and they fit and play well together, and they play off of each other well. But it happens. But Donovan Mitchell is a legitimate 6'1". He's not the tallest guy, not the greatest defender, not the best scorer, but he is a guy that, for his value and what he's doing right now, he's doing his job and he's doing an excellent job at it, but he's not on that elite level just yet. And, it's going to be hard to replace him on that rookie contract. And Gobert is going to be hard to find somebody that can anchor that defense, rebound, protect the rim, always try to make everything tough around that paint area, and really take pride and really look forward to being a primary defender and the best defender on his team. What would the Jazz be without Gobert anchoring that defense? Can they replace Gobert? Can they find somebody that can do somewhat of his job? Or is what it is because the Jazz isn't the greatest defensive team this year so far, and maybe going in a different direction is getting rid of Gobert. But I don't really agree with that, but it's possible that you have to pick one or the other. And Gobert might be the most tradable just because of his money, just because of the fact that he's an all star. And I did have him on my all NBA third team. Maybe a team sees, oh, Gobert is up. Let's make this trade. This can make us better. He can be the missing piece. He can be the perfect role player for our system, offensively and defensively. And maybe Donovan Mitchell can go somewhere and, change his game or evolve his game and be more of a focal point, and maybe he can have a career season. Maybe he can be unlocked a little bit more than he is in Utah, or maybe he just need a fresh start, or maybe Gobert just need a fresh start with another organization. Either way it go, there's multiple ways you can handle this thing, but this thing might be over. Hopefully they can talk it out, but sometimes talking it out don't work. Sometimes talking it out don't fix the problem and don't fix how you feel about the person, and most of the time that's why you ended up picking one or the other. But this is a tough situation. This is not what you want. This is not what you want to see happen. This is the situation that you want to avoid when you got two all-star players playing their best basketball of their career and now they want to go apart. That's unfortunate, but it happens. Let me know what you guys think. Should they trade Donovan Mitchell? Should they trade Gobert? Is it over for the Jazz? Can they replace Donovan Mitchell? Can they replace Gobert? Or should they, find a way to, fix it to the best of their ability? Or do you think that at the end of the day, it is what it is? It's how they feel about each other. It's no need to talk it out, which is right, it's fair. So let's just make the move and let's move forward with this organization and get over this problem and focus on next season and how we can try to build a championship team for next year. And free agency is gonna happen, and trade deadline gonna be available. Maybe they can figure out a package that worked best for them and try to move forward in a different direction and reinvent themselves again, like they did when they lost Gordon Hayward, Darren Williams. Well, we'll see what happens. So at the end of the day, check out my Facebook page, analysisplayground.com. Link will be in the description, comment section below. Like on Facebook to show support. If you like this video already, thanks for the love and support. Also, if you didn't like, please share. Also, if you're new to the channel, I do videos just like this every single day. I also break down players and rookies. I cover Summer League. I cover season previews. I also do for trade deadline, free agency. Also cover the playoffs with playoff prediction and analysis. So if you love basketball and you need content each and every day, I got you covered. Plus, like I said, if you like this video, my older videos, why not subscribe and become part of the family? And like I said in the beginning of the video, you can buy merchandise on my Spreadshirt and on my Facebook page. At the end of the day, let me know what you guys think about this possible breakup. Let me know what you guys think about the Jazz in general. And at the end of the day, thanks for the love, support. Thanks for watching Quinn Wade Basketball Analysis. I'm gone.